Man, oh man, oh man. Is it me? Or did this fucking pay-per-view fucking suck last night? This was one of the worst fucking pay-per-views I have ever fucking watched. I am just so embarrassed as a fan to be seeing this product continue to fail each and every week. There was some right decisions on this show, and there was a hell of a lot of wrong decisions on this show, on this pay-per-view last night. And I can tell you right now, I am not in one good mood after what I just fucking watched. My God, this fucking pay-per-view was god-awful, man. It really was. Sort of decent, but mostly complete garbage. So we got John Morrison winning the Fatal 4-Way match to be put in the Triple Threat match. We got Matt Riddle becoming the new United States Champion. We got Daniel Bryan winning the Smackdown Elimination Chamber to go on to be Roman Reigns' challenger for the Universal Championship. Of course, Roman Reigns retains in 30 seconds in a match that seemingly failed. And Bryan was ultimately wasted and buried for absolutely no reason. And we got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retaining their women's tag team champions in a match which I don't know why Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair were even booked in to begin with. This didn't make no sense at all. And we got Drew McIntyre. Or actually, no, not Drew McIntyre. Even worse, we got The Miz becoming new WWE Champion. And I am not happy about that. Nobody in the community is happy about Miz becoming the new WWE Championship. Why? Because he fucking sucks. We're going to go over it all, folks, right here on my Ingram Wrestling News YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ingram Wrestling News' very own Brennan here with your WWE Elimination Chamber 2021 review. If you're new to the channel, man, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notifications. Of course, I'm on the road to 1,000. And as always, I am still dangerously close to 200. Haven't got to 200 yet, but I'm getting there. I'm trying. And if you want to see the latest WWE and AEW news, I suggest you follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling. If you want to see more content, besides the content on YouTube, follow me on Twitch at Ingram Wrestling News. So, we're going to go ahead and get to it, man. Go ahead and get right to it. So, first things first. Elimination Chamber kicks off with the Kickoff Show. It starts with the Kickoff Show panel. Consisted of Charlie Caruso, Booker T, Peter Rosenberg, who fucking cares, and JBL. They joke around about Booker T and Bad Bunny. Then list all the matches on the card. The first match discussed is the SmackDown Elimination Chamber. Booker T says back in 2002 when the Chamber was created, it was something sinister. Something you had to get in a mindset to get inside. Now you have to throw caution to the wind and put it all on the line. JBL says you can't think about winning tonight, you just have to survive. Caruso asks how anyone can escape the Chamber. then beat Roman Reigns. Rosenberg says Reigns is as dominant as anyone we've ever seen, and he's going to be fresh. And he was right when he said he's dominant. I mean, he got that one right. I mean, nobody even though nobody gives a shit about Peter Rosenberg, but just saying. Booker T says you can't bet against Kevin Owens, and Rosenberg backs Daniel Bryan. Cesaro is interviewed backstage, and he says he loves espresso shots. It reminds him of home and his friends. It has to be prepared with the perfect temperature and the right technique. Now, he said tonight will be like that for him. It will be perfect, and he will celebrate his win inside the chamber with a shot of espresso. Booker T jokes that Cesaro should drink black coffee instead. Yeah, real fucking funny. Real fucking funny, Booker T. Real funny. It's funny because Cesaro actually lost last night. Now, guarantee you Booker T won't be laughing now when I said that. Yeah, he actually lost. Yeah, thanks for fucking giving him that push for nothing, WWE. Vince and Bruce. Yeah, thanks. You just wasted Cesaro on TV, man. Wasted. Not only did you waste Cesaro on TV, you also wasted and buried Daniel Bryan as well. You easily could have saved Daniel Bryan versus Reigns for WrestleMania 37, but no, you went on ahead and booked it right off the bat. You went on ahead and went with it on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view right off the bat, which was a stupid idea, which was one of the stupidest, worst decisions ever. We are going to go over that match in a bit. So, anyways, the panel start talking about Bobby Lashley and how he's on another level. MVP joins the panel on a split screen, and he's asked who will replace Keith Lee in a triple threat match tonight. MVP quotes The Rock and says it doesn't matter who gets in there. He says they need to call FEMA to clean up the wreckage after Lashley is done. Billie Kay appears and hands MVP her CV, to which he says he will not be in touch. Sonya Deville joins the Kickoff Show, and she asked about the women's tag team championship match. She asked about the championship match, and she says Shayna and Nia are a well-oiled team at this point, but Sasha Banks is world-class, and so is Bianca Belair. She gives the advantage to the champions because Sasha doesn't play well with others. The panel wonder why Bianca Belair would even want to be in this match when she has WrestleMania to think about. Ha! That's funny! You all should be asking Bruce that question. Yeah, Bruce, why did you book Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair in a match that made no fucking sense? Yeah, what a fucking clown you are, man. Man, Bruce, you are fucking great, man. Awesome, dude. What a complete dumbass, man. Seriously. She gives the advantage to the champions because, yeah, like she said, she doesn't play well with others. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure thing, Bruce. The Street Profits invade the show and ask Sonya Deville when they're going to get a title shot, to which she says, all in good time. So we got Ricochet versus John Morrison versus Elias versus Mustafa Ali with Retribution at ringside. I don't even know why Mustafa Ali even needed Retribution at ringside. It seemed like he would handle it. He would handle them all by himself. Why did he need Retribution at ringside? I didn't understand it. I mean, I know that's his fashion. I know that's his guys, but why did he need them? Anyways, so this number one contender match got underway with fast-paced action. And Ricochet clears the ring before attempting a dive over the ropes, but getting caught by Ali and rolled up for two. Ali unloads some ground and pound on Ricochet. Morrison and Elias return and attack them both, leading to all four men just brawling around the ring. Elias drops Ali with a back elbow, then chops Ricochet in the corner. Elias grabs Ricochet with a reverse DDT, then Morrison grabs him with a reverse DDT, then Ali dives through the ropes with a neckbreaker to Morrison, and all four men go down. So then we got Ricochet knocking Elias down and trying to jump on Ali, but gets hit with a back suplex. Elias catches Ali with a leaping knee for a near fall, thanks to Slapjack pulling him from the ring. Morrison comes back and hits Ricochet with a spinning neckbreaker, then looks for Starship Pain. Ricochet rolls away. By the way, good reversal by Ricochet for rolling away. I mean, that was great. Ricochet rallies and catches Ali with a rolling dropkick. Then all the guys hit big moves until Ricochet lands a 450 on Ali. Retribution pull him from the ring. Ricochet runs and flips over the ropes onto them and gets caught by Mace and T-Bar. Oh, it's D-Bag, right? Just joking. They had to slam him into the ring post. Morrison then rolls up Ali and wins. And that was it. Now, my thoughts on this match. I enjoyed what Ricochet and Ali did in the ring, but didn't really enjoy so much of what Elias did in the ring. I did enjoy what John Morrison did in the ring, too. And don't get me wrong, John Morrison deserves to be in the United States title match. But they need to get him the hell away from The Miz. The Miz is ruining John Morrison's career. He's ruining his run as singles competitor, man. Seriously. John Morrison could be a singles competitor right now. He could be champion right now, dude. Seriously. If he wasn't hooked up with fucking The Miz. If he wasn't hooked up with The Miz, he'd be fine, man. He'd be really in real great shape and everything. He really would be. I love what Ricochet and Ali did in the ring. They did their thing, you know. Hell, they did better than Elias. I can tell you that much. Elias, he is fucking sorry at what he does in the ring. I am not a fan of Elias at all. I'm just not. I don't even think nobody is. But to be honest, folks, for a match that ended up being added to the last second due to Lee's injury, this ended up being, I guess you could say, one of the best things. This wasn't one of the best matches on the show to me. I think one of the best matches on the show was the Smackdown Elimination Chamber match and the United States title match. This to me wasn't one of the best matches on the show. But for a match that ended up being added to the last second due to Lee's injury, this ended up being one of the best things we could have hoped for in this situation. Not the best match, though. Not the best match. Now, this was a fun, fast-pacing Fatal 4-Way that saw everyone involved have a few chances, though, to show off what makes them special. Not a fan of Elias. Am a fan of Ricochet and Ali. I love what they do. I love what John Morrison does too. Because I feel like John Morrison does way more than what Elias does. Seriously. But nobody felt overshadowed or left out, which is a hard thing to do in this kind of a bout. But to be honest, folks, Morrison winning was a nice surprise. He has been playing second fiddle to The Miz for months, and it would be great to see him have a chance to fight for a title on his own. And you know why I said it out loud, obviously. So then, we got the Smackdown Elimination Chamber match. Now, let me know in the comments below what you think of the Fatal 4-Way match. And also let me know in the comments below what you think, or in the chat, let me know what you think of the 6-man Elimination Chamber match. The 6-man Elimination Chamber match, I think, in my opinion, was one of the best things on the show. I mean, they all did what they did in the ring. And I'm not including Baron Corbin. He's fucking terrible. I'm not including him. He's WWE's typical fucking garbage. Because he's just garbage at everything he does. His promos, his fucking in-ring work. Everything about him is just complete garbage. Except for his tires, though, of course. But every superstar, except for Baron Corbin, did really great in the ring. I mainly enjoyed watching Daniel Bryan because I was happy to see Daniel Bryan win, but then WWE suddenly just fucking turned on us real quick by having him lose to Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship in 30-second Universal Championship match. That was fucking wasted. That could have waited till WrestleMania 37. Why did WWE have the time to fucking book the match on the pay-per-view? I mean, yeah, on the pay-per-view when they could have booked it on a WrestleMania 37 pay-per-view. And it's just, I don't know, man. It didn't make sense at all. It was just stupid. On WWE's part, it was stupid. On Bruce's part, anyway. They weren't thinking, dude. They just, WWE sometimes, a lot of times, are not in their right minds, man. They don't fucking do, they don't even do what's best for business. They don't even do what's best for the fans. Never mind the fucking business, the fucking fans. They don't even give us as wrestling fans what we want. Us as wrestling fans are always embarrassed and disappointed in watching garbage every week, man. All because of Bruce Vince. Not creative, Vince and Bruce. Now, I obviously bring creative Vince and Bruce for this pay-per-view. Creative. I'm surprised I'm even mentioning the word WWE creative. I actually blame them this time. They're not the only ones I'm blaming, though. Obviously, I'm blaming 2 other individuals, and I just named them. I'm not going to name them again. Man. Honestly, at this point, I'd be so glad when Bruce gets fired and Vince gets removed, because it'll be a whole lot better when Bruce is gone. When Vince and Bruce are gone from WWE, things will start to get a lot better. I'm telling you. Just watch me be right. I'm telling you. You know what? You know how Liv Morgan's gimmick? Watch me. You know what she says on Instagram? Watch me. Watch me. Seriously, watch me be right. I'm serious. Tell the truth. Things will be a lot better if Vince and Bruce were gone from WWE. Not dead, gone. Hashtag Bruce fired, Vince removed. Man, that would be so much better. That way, Triple H would be the new chairman. But the question is, who would be the new executive director for Raw and SmackDown? Why not bring back Paul Heyman? That sounds like a great idea. Bring back Paul Heyman. Put Paul Heyman back in his executive director position. That way things will get a lot better. Easier. Wait, Paul Heyman, after all, Paul Heyman's still in the WWE. You might as well put him back in executive director. You haven't even fired him completely from WWE. He's not even fired. And he's fired from his executive director position, but he's not fired as a whole from WWE. He's still with WWE. But apparently, unfortunately, Vince fires who he wants to fucking fire, unfortunately. Because him and Bruce nowadays is all about power and not all about giving the fans what they want. Which is unfair to most of us in the IWC community. I just hope we get a better Raw back and a better SmackDown back. I really do. I really want the good SmackDown and the Raw shows back. I'm tired of watching this garbage every week. I'm tired of reviewing this garbage, man. I want to review a better SmackDown and better Raw. I want to see a better SmackDown Raw. I do. I'm tired of seeing all this garbage, man. I'm serious. This shit has to stop, man. Seriously. They really need to go. And it seems like it's the older people that's always bringing WWE down. The older people. Well, no. Actually, it's the older people that's always bringing us down, not WWE down. Switch that. I'm switching that around. That's what I'm trying to say. It's always older people bringing us down. Not giving us what we want, you know? It's not cool. But anyways, so we got the SmackDown Elimination Chamber. So Cesaro and Daniel Bryan started in the ring while Baron Corbin, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn took their place in the fourth Elimination Chamber pods. So the Yes Man and the Swiss Superman started with a basic exchange. They didn't rely on the chamber right away. They kept the match in the ring and focused on the basics. Bryan was the first to send his opponent out of the ring, followed up with a flying knee from the top turnbuckle. They kept going back and forth without one making control for too long. After a few more competitive minutes, Corbin came in and drove Cesaro into the side of a pod. The Lone Wolf immediately took control of the two tied competitors. He planted both men with the deep six for a pair of close two counts. Bryan began to favor his knee after Corbin started to focus on it. Obviously, that was a bad situation for Daniel Bryan in that match. Cesaro and Bryan would occasionally get some offense, but Corbin dominated the action until Zayn entered the match. The reason why I say it was a bad situation for Bryan, because he's had knee injuries in the past. Just throwing it out there. He tried to hold the door to his pod shut, but Cesaro pulled him out from the other side. Now Zayn missed a Haluna kick. It hit the pod holding Owens. Zayn ended up on top of Uso's pod, and Cesaro climbed up to join him. The Great Liberator tried to climb the well to get away, and the Swiss Superman followed to send him crashing to the floor. That's a great new gimmick name for Sami Zayn, the Great Liberator. That's a great gimmick name. Gimmick. Anyways, Cesaro did a few pull-ups on the chamber to show off. And he eliminated Corbin with a sharpshooter right before Owens was released from his pod. So Zayn tried to form a team with KO, but the prize fighter ran him from pod to pod before taking him down with a clothesline. Now, Uso was the last man to enter the match and went right for Owens. They brawled and KO was able to knock the back wall out of a pod by throwing Uso into it. Owens eliminated Zayn with a stunner. As he left the chamber, Uso used the door to crush Owens' arm and pin him into place for a series of super kicks. He hit a back splash to pin and eliminate KO. Uso stomped on Bryan's injured knee before Cesaro whipped him out with an uppercut. Cesaro swung Bryan around by his back leg until Uso hit him with a super kick. He nailed Cesaro with a big splash for the pin to score another elimination. He hit the splash to Bryan, but failed to get the pin. He tried a second splash from the top of a pod, but Bryan got his knees up. The Yes Man hit the running knee for the pin and the win. Now, I will say that this may not go down as the best chamber match of all time, but it could be a top 5 pick for a lots of fans. I think, including me, it was one of the best matches on the show, on the pay-per-view. I enjoyed watching this. This is the type of match you would literally want to pop some popcorn, get popcorn, and eat it, and eat it and drink while watching this pay-per-view. That's the type of match. That's what type of match this is. It's also a type of match where you would want to fucking eat lunch and just say, I'm gonna eat my lunch and watch this, because it was a great Elimination Chamber match. It had good action. It had very, very great, phenomenal action. And it did serve several storylines and allowed all 6 competitors to shine without anyone feeling left out. Now, they limited the high-flying spots from the pods that helped make Uso's attempt splash at the end have a greater impact when he missed. Now, Cesaro, Owens, and Uso would have all been acceptable choices to win after the performance they put on. But Bryan is the ultimate underdog. This story fit him better than anyone else. The good part is Bryan won, but the bad part is he lost to Roman Reigns for Universal Championship on that pay-per-view. That was the sad part. That was the part that us as fans that wanted Daniel Bryan to win got set up. We got set up. They set us up. They really did. So as soon as the chamber lifts and Jay rolls out the ring, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman march down to the ring. Bryan can barely stand. So we have Daniel Bryan. Not for this pay-per-view. It should have been booked for WrestleMania 37. Why would they go with this match on this pay-per-view? It made no sense. Made no sense to anybody in the community here. Everybody was complaining about this shit. I was too, man. This shit just didn't make sense. It should have been booked. It should have been saved for WrestleMania 37. And WrestleMania 37. We could have got it at we could have got it at Fastlane, you know, to further continue the feud. You know what I mean? Because after Elimination Chamber, this would have been the start of the Daniel Bryan and Reigns feud after the Chamber, man. But no! They wanted to turn it around and have Roman Reigns retain. They want to turn around and book it anyway. They want to make these fucking stupid last decisions. Bull crap. All this last decision bullshit, man. They kill me with this shit. WWE does. Sure, they kill everybody else in the community with this shit too. So, the Universal Championship, man, was a complete waste. Nobody watched it for the simple fact that it was only 30 seconds. I damn sure didn't watch it because I wanted to see it at WrestleMania 37, not at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Because I knew right there and then that somehow Daniel Bryan was going to lose. And that's exactly what happened. So the bell rings and Roman Reigns runs for a spear, but Bryan counters into it, the yes lock. Reigns fights it and powers Bryan's hand apart. Roman turns Bryan over and batters him with the right hands and forearms. Reigns beats on Bryan for a brief minute and applies the Gallaton. Bryan passes out. And that was it. I didn't understand this at all, man. I don't understand why book it for the Elimination Chamber when you could have easily waited until WrestleMania 37. Bruce? No, it's got to be Bruce and Vince McMahon's doing, man. It's got a lot to do with these guys right here, man. This was absolutely fucking terrible, man. This was a waste. I'm sorry, folks, but seriously, having Bryan win on a D-level pay-per-view for a 30-second match with Roman Reigns was not the way to go. Seriously, it was not. Now, unless we're getting this match between these two at Fastlane. If we're getting this match at Fastlane, yeah, okay. I guess I can be somewhat okay with it. But at the same time, it would be lame because you could have saved it for both pay-per-views, you know? It didn't make no sense to go with this match for the pay-per-view. My question why was Roman Reigns not added to the Smackdown Elimination Chamber match? For him to defend his Universal Championship inside the chamber. Why was he not added? Yeah, tell me that one, Bruce. Please, I'd love to know why. I'd love to know why. I would really love to know. I would love to know why Reigns was not added to the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match to defend his Universal Championship inside the chamber. Somebody please tell me that right now. Seriously. That's why I say this match, this 30-second match didn't make sense at all. The ending to the Universal Championship match was fucking complete garbage. It really was. This was fucking lame. This shit sucked so bad. And I guarantee you, majority of the Daniel Bryan fans picked up that revolt and changed the fucking channel. If so, I don't blame them. Holy shit. This shit sucks. Really. So after that match, folks, Roman Reigns is celebrating his win with Pony. He turns around into a spear from Edge. Sort of like what Roman Reigns did to Edge. I guess that was a revenge from Edge. I guess that was a wake-up call to Roman Reigns. The Great Air Superstar points to the WrestleMania sign and gets a Roman's face. So now we know Edge points at the sign again and fireworks explodes. So that sets up Edge versus Reigns at WrestleMania 37, which I thought, in my opinion, I think is one of the worst fucking decisions ever. One of the worst fucking creative decisions ever. This match legitimately makes 0 sense. You Edge fans can come on here and shit on me all the fuck you want to, but you know and I know this shit makes no sense. There is no story there. Why would you possibly go with this not knowing there was no story there? There's no story in this fucking feud. No story at all. A spear versus a spear? How fucking lame does this fucking sound? Seriously. Jesus Christ, goes to show you that there's more idiots in the community than fucking geeks. I cannot believe these fucking Edge wrestling fan geeks went with this. Yeah, you're happy now, you Edge geeks? You got your fucking match for WrestleMania 37! What a bunch of losers, man, really, seriously. This match is going to make no sense whatsoever. I hope it fucking fails. I hope it fails. For my sake, I hope it fails. This is what the majority of the IWC version geeks wanted. Oh, by the way, you're one of the reasons why the show failed tonight, by the way. You're one of the reasons why the pay-per-view failed last night. Just so you know. Just so you know, man. So Bad Bunny, the WWE 24/7 champion, is backstage. And The Miz approaches him. Miz says he watched him on SNL last night. What the fuck is that? I don't even know. And it was great, but him and Matt Morrison should have been guests. Miz asks why he's there, and Bunny says he's a champion and makes fun of Miz for not being one. Miz shoves him, and Bunny slaps him back. The Miz turns around. Damien Priest is there, staring at him. Miz storms off, and Priest laughs with Bunny. Oh my god, I still can't believe they're going with this lame-ass fucking feud. But Bad Bunny is one of the best Hispanic rappers, man, ever, man. Decati, man, that's one of my favorite Spanish songs, man. I love that song, I really do. Who in here loves Decati by Bad Bunny? I know we got some Hispanics in here to chat, man. I know we do. I know we got some Hispanics in here watching. I kind of wish I did, though. Anyways. We got Bobby Lashley with MVP versus Riddle versus John Morrison. Can't help but feel bad for Morrison after he won and got buried and lost for nothing. Oh, he lost because Bruce and Vince wanted it, right? Just like Bobby Lashley lost because Bruce and Vince wanted it to happen. But you know what? This was the right decision, though, to have Matt Riddle become new champion. Because Matt Riddle deserves this United States champion after the hard work. After working so hard as a fucking WWE male superstar, man. They put him in so many ups and downs, it's not even fucking funny. It went from his lawsuit he had to deal with, the fucking being accused in that fucking speak out movement, to fucking shit, to getting into his conflicts with Goldberg, to losing on the main roster, getting buried and killed, just like Keith Lee and Retribution did. In fact, Vince McMahon still doesn't see interest in Keith Lee. Still doesn't see anything in Keith Lee. It's fucking sad. It really is, man. It really is, man. So it's basically like Bruce is burying NXT talent to Vince McMahon. That's what he's doing. He's sucking Vince's cock. That's what he's doing. There you go. There's your answers, folks. In case you're wondering why creative is suffering, why Bruce and Vince are suffering so bad, because they're not building new stars. They're not producing and writing the shows properly. There's so many things I can name on that my head may just fucking completely explode. Seriously. But anyways, Bobby Lashley with MVP versus Matt Riddle versus John Morrison. This was the second best match on the show. The second and last best match, I think, on the show, man. This triple threat match, this was one of the best decisions made by WWE to have Matt Riddle become new United States champion. But, hold on. But, why have him pin Morrison when you could have had him pin the United States champion Bobby Lashley? That's my question. What the hell was that about? John Morrison's not the United States champion. Bobby Lashley was. So why would you have him pin John Morrison and not have him pin Bobby Lashley? The fuck is this, Bruce? I mean, good on Matt Riddle that he won the United States Championship, but you could have had him pin... He could have easily pinned Bobby Lashley instead of pinning John Morrison. Because John Morrison wasn't the champion. Bobby Lashley was. You pinned the champion. Not the person that's been added to the triple threat match. You get what I'm saying? Everybody in the chat, get what I'm saying, man? So this didn't really make sense for him to pin John Morrison. It made sense for him to win the title, but this just didn't. The way it didn't make sense to pin the person that got added to the match, man. It just, I mean, you could pin one of the two, but I would have pinned Bobby Lashley, man. Seriously. I'm sure if you were all wrestlers, I'm sure you would pin Bobby Lashley if you were put in that position to be put in the, United States title match for that particular pay-per-view. But overall, when watching this match, I feel like Matt Riddle did most of the work in the ring, and Bobby Lashley. I don't know about John Morrison. John Morrison didn't do most work because he was already in a previous match. So I can understand why John Morrison wasn't really doing much work in the match. I can understand why he wasn't doing that much. Because remember, he was in that Fatal 4-Way match, that kickoff. And during the Kickoff Show. So, the match gets underway, folks, and Lashley attacks Riddle in the corner and stomps him down. Morrison stays out of the way, then tries to help Lashley, but he gets tossed to the corner and stomped. Riddle jumps on Lashley's back, but gets slugged off and out of the ring. Lashley gets out and slams John into the barricade, then lifts him up and runs him face first into the ring post. MVP directs traffic as Riddle jumps off the steps onto Lashley, but gets thrown overhead onto the floor. Lashley lifts Riddle up in a suplex, but Morrison springboards in and shoves Riddle down. Lashley kicks the both out of the ring. He gets both of them out of the ring before he kicks them out of the ring, but then Riddle and Morrison work together and get back inside on either side of the championship. they try to swarm Lashley, but he takes them both out with spine busters. Some great spine busters from Bobby Lashley. Made him look like a legit monster when he did all that. Lashley runs at Riddle, but gets sent over the ropes to the floor. Riddle moves to the apron and hits a running knee to the arm. I call it running kick, though. And then Morrison dives over Riddle onto Lashley. Riddle then hits a Roton from the apron to Lashley. Morrison shoves Riddle into the ring post, then gets him back in the ring. Riddle and Morrison go back and forth with some impressive athletics and reversals until Riddle hits a Pele kick. Riddle hits a forearm in the corner, then another, and an exploder suplex. Riddle misses a kick, then a moonsault, but lands a Broton. Riddle hits a German suplex to Morrison for a near fall. Lashley comes back in, but Riddle drops him with a kick. Then Morrison shoves Riddle out and hits Lashley with Starship Pain for a near fall. MVP starts calling Morrison an idiot, so that's something I need to call Bruce and Vince right now. So he gets out to argue with him. Morrison tags MVP's crotch. Then he takes MVP's crotch, then gets back inside and tries to hit Lashley, but gets caught in the Hurt Lock. But then Riddle slides in and hits Lashley with the crotch, then catches Morrison with the Broderick for the win. I still would have pinned Bobby Lashley, though. That legitimately would have made perfect sense. It would have been a whole lot better. Because he was champion, like I said. He was before Matt Riddle became new champion. Because he was being defended. But anyways, folks, this was a great match. It wasn't bad. I mean, this kind of dominant performance Lashley has needed for a long time. This was really, really a great performance he needed. He needed this. But folks, just know this. This guy has been on a roll lately, man. But this is the best he has looked in a long time. It's a shame he couldn't have looked this good with a victory, though. You know, a victory to retain. But Morrison and Riddle added some fun moments to the action, but were outshined by the former champion in every way. Now, the only good thing this can lead to is Lashley chasing the WWE title moving forward. It'd be great to see Bobby Lashley chasing the WWE title. That would be great. I would love to see how that turns out. Hopefully Bruce and Vince doesn't ruin that. Riddle is a controversial superstar. Some people love his gimmick, while others find him annoying. Time will tell if he can win over his critics with a run as the United States champion. So Kayla Braxton interviews Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks backstage and asked about her WrestleMania choice and if they can coexist tonight. Reginald appears beside them and says, of course, they can. Bianca is the EST of WWE, and someone as beautiful as Sasha can get along with anyone. Bianca says tonight might not be her decision either. So we got Nia and Shayna Baszler, which I hope WWE gets Shayna away from Nia Jax. We got Shayna and Nia defending their WWE Women's Tag Team Champions versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Now, this is a match that should have never been booked for Elimination Chamber. It legitimately made no sense. I'm actually gonna go over my thoughts on this after I present to y'all what went down with this match. So basically, Bianca starts with Nia Jax, right? So they lock up. Then Bianca takes her back and kicks her whole. Why are they still using that catchphrase, man? The whole. They're still using that word. What, because they've heard me say it in the past? No, I'm just joking. But seriously, why are they still using that? Alright. I just don't get WWE and the writing, man. The words they put when they're writing these shows, man. Oh my gosh. Belair jumps on the middle rope and spanks herself, then jumps over an incoming Nia to tag Banks. Sasha hits Nia with a bulldog and tags Bianca, but Nia lifts her up and throws her into Belair, who catches her. Belair slams Banks into Jax, and they hit a double kick to knock her out of the ring. Baszler tags in, and Belair takes her down. Then Banks tags in and hits a Meteora off the top rope for a 2 count. Now, Baszler knocks Banks to the apron and tags Jax, who runs into her on the apron. Jax brings Sasha inside and tags Shayna, who punches her in the gut. Ooh, that sounds like that hurts. Wouldn't you agree? When you all agree in the chat. Baszler twists Banks' arm and takes control of the match. Now, Bianca is knocked off the apron, but Banks starts coming back and hits a backslide pin for 2. Bianca tags in and lifts Baszler in a wheelbarrow, but she rolls through and gets her in the Karafuda clutch. Belair escapes and hits a glam slam and tags Banks for a frog splash and a near fall. Bianca slams Shayna for a near fall, then Jax taps back in. So then Jax tries to run through Banks, and Banks hits a sunset flip, and suddenly Reginald is at ringside with a bottle of champagne. Banks applies a bank statement to Jax, but Nia reaches the ropes. Reggie hands Banks the bottle of champagne. She doesn't want to use it and hands it to the ref. Jax slips Banks from behind and hits a Samoan drop for the win. This was a definitely wasted women's tag team title match. It really was. This was really bad. This match had some bright spots, but the ending was overbooked, and the storyline with Reginald makes no sense, once again. I mean, the question is, does he actually want to help Banks, or is this all a rush to help Carmella somehow? And Bianca didn't even make her decision at the end, so we will probably have to wait until SmackDown to find out if she will challenge the boss at WrestleMania 37 or not. Now, this about felt more like something we should have seen on TV. But Asuka defending her title against a mystery challenger would have been a better way to go. instead of booking a women's tag team title match. It just didn't make no sense, man. You basically wasted Belair and Banks on the pay-per-view for nothing. You basically used them for nothing. Why even book them in this title match? They're not even a team. They're not even feuding with Jax and Shayna. In fact, Banks and Belair are feuding with each other. Well, they're currently in the feud with Carmella, but still. I don't know, man. That's so stupid. So then, we got the main event. We got the Elimination Chamber. But after the match, Shayna and Nia leave up the ramp while Belair and Banks berate Reginald for costing them the match. Oh yeah, I don't blame Sasha Banks for that one. I really don't blame her. Now, we got the Raw Elimination Chamber match where Drew McIntyre defended his WWE Championship. I didn't mean to say Raw. Excuse me. I know some of you are probably thinking that Chief Keef song. Raw, Raw. That's not what I'm thinking. Alright. So you can definitely get that out your head, because that ain't what I'm thinking. Wish that was what I was thinking, though. So we got Drew McIntyre defending his WWE Championship and inside the chamber against the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, and the Irishman, Sheamus, Celtic Warrior. Versus AJ Styles, the Phenomenal One, versus Jeff Hardy, and versus Kofi Kingston. Now, I'm surprised Kofi Kingston was actually added to this match. Well, no wonder. He's a former champion. All former champions were in this match. That's why. It did have some power to this match, though. It really did. But the match gets underway with Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy, and Orton kicks him down. Orton stomps Jeff's extremities and tosses him out the ring. Now, Randy runs and slams Jeff into the pod that McIntyre is in. Jeff fires back with right hands and beats Orton down against a pod, but Randy sticks a thumb in the eye and gets Hardy back in the ring. I know that had to hurt Jeff Hardy's eye. Randy applies a sleeper in the middle of the ring. Orton stomps Jeff's sternum and grinds his foot, but Hardy comes back and tips him over to hit a leg drop. So then Hardy drops Randy and goes to the middle rope for a splash for a 2 count. Then Jeff and Orton go at it, but McIntyre's pod opens and he runs through them both. McIntyre slams Orton into the corner and runs Jeff into him and hits an overhead suplex. McIntyre takes on Orton outside and slams Randy into the chains and grinds his face against it. McIntyre goes to the other side of the ring and lawn darts Jeff into the pod where Kofi is. Orton attacks McIntyre and gets him back inside to choke him in the corner. Orton goes out and chokes Jeff as well, then goes back in but Drew lands right hands. Orton drags McIntyre through the ropes and hits the draping DDT as the countdown starts. Kofi Kingston's out next, and he goes right after Orton with punches. Randy beats him down. Kofi rolls up Randy and scores the pinfall. Randy has been eliminated. Now, as soon as Orton gets up, he RKO's Kofi. Then Hardy as well. Orton leaves, but a Moose opens the pod door for AJ, and he runs in and tries to pin Kofi. But he tries to pin Kofi and Jeff, but they both kick out. Adam Pearce runs down and ejects a Moose from ringside, while AJ argues from inside the chamber. Kofi dives over the ropes onto Styles and gets back inside to attack Drew. Kofi Kingston hits an SOS to Drew for a near fall. Then McIntyre drops him. Hardy puts Drew in the corner. I don't know how the hell Kofi was able to hit Drew with an SOS. I mean, Drew McIntyre is a heavy man. I mean, how in the world is he able to pick up Drew McIntyre with the SOS? With the SOS, man. How is he able to do the SOS on Drew McIntyre? Oh, man. Talk about resilience and agility that Kofi Kingston has. Hardy puts Drew in the corner and runs but gets thrown over the post and to the pod. Styles comes back and hits Kofi with a brainbuster, then throws him over the ropes to the floor. Kofi fights back and hits AJ with a monkey flip into the chain link wall. Kofi goes back in and jumps onto McIntyre with a sleeper, but Drew counters into a suplex, and all three men are down. McIntyre takes Kofi to the floor and suplexes him into the wall. Drew catches AJ with a big back body drop and slams Jeff into the cage wall. McIntyre takes Jeff over to Sheamus. He takes Jeff over to the Sheamus pod, but the Celtic Warrior has his back turned. McIntyre hits a net breaker to Hardy as the countdown ends. Sheamus comes face to face with McIntyre and they trade shots. Sheamus backs him into the corner, and Drew tries to fight back, but Sheamus again forces him backwards. Kofi and Jeff run in and separate them both, but both gets tossed out of the ring, and the two Celtics goes back at it. So McIntyre counters a back body drop with a kick and clotheslines himself, and Sheamus over the ropes. Now Kofi and Styles brawl on the outside. Styles tosses Kofi up, and he lands on the top rope, then dives onto Drew and Sheamus on the other side. Sheamus gets inside with Kofi and they battle on the top rope. But Kofi climbs on top of the pod. So then, McIntyre grabs Sheamus as he climbs onto the top. Sheamus, he climbs to the top rope and drops him on the top rope. McIntyre looks to suplex Sheamus. But Jeff and AJ grab them, and we get a Tower of Doom spot. Kofi then dives onto everyone with a trust fall and tries covering them all, to no avail. Sheamus and Kofi trade hands, and Kofi chops Sheamus. Kofi then jumps at him, but gets rolled over and caught with a bro kick, and he's gone. Kofi got eliminated. So Jeff grabs Sheamus with a twist of fate. Hardy then hits Drew with one. He hits Drew with one, and then AJ's as well. So Hardy climbs to the top of the chamber pod, and Styles rolls away. So he jumps with a whisper in the wind to Drew and Sheamus on the floor. Hardy goes across the ring and hits Styles with a swanton bomb, but gets up and he hits with a Claymore kick. He hits Jeff Hardy, Claymore kick. Jeff Hardy got eliminated. Shane's McIntyre brawl, and the Irishman catches the Scottish psychopath with a big knee to the jaw for a near fall. Sheamus is furious, and he kicks the back of McIntyre before standing on his face. Sheamus hits Drew with white nose, and both men are down. Styles comes off the top rope with a senton that goes for a springboard 450 for a near fall. Sheamus gets angry and slaps AJ before tossing him over the ropes, and hits the 10 beats of the Bud Horn. Sheamus tosses AJ back in and hits a flying clothesline, then looks for a bro kick, and AJ avoids it. Drew comes back, but Sheamus catches him with a bro kick. Then AJ hits Sheamus with the phenomenal forearm and pins him. And just like that, Sheamus is eliminated. So Styles kicks McIntyre and goes to the apron for the phenomenal forearm, but Drew catches him with a Claymore in mid-air for the win. So Drew retained his WWE Championship, but then the cage rises and Drew celebrates his win, but suddenly Bobby Lashley appears and spears him. Lashley beats the crap out of McIntyre and tosses him out the ring. Lashley slams Drew's head into the announce table over and over, then gets him back inside and applies the Hurt Lock until Drew collapses. Then the Miz music hits. Then we got the WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre versus the Miz. Once McIntyre gets to his feet, the referee calls for the belt to start the cash-in attempt, and Miz runs over to kick the knee and lands a snap DDT. Drew kicks out. Then the Miz lifts McIntyre and hits a skull-crushing finale to win. So Miz won the WWE Championship for the first time in 10 years. Miz celebrates his shocking win as the show came to a close. Now, this wasn't the star power. This was a good. I guess this was sort of a good Elimination Chamber match. I guess it was. I guess the star power in this match was enough to sell it as the main event on its own, and I guess over 24 world titles and several other championships between these competitors made this one of the biggest Elimination Chamber matches of, I guess, all time in terms of accolades. I don't really agree with this. But once again, all 6 men looked great, other than Styles, almost missing a 450 splash. I mean, I kind of agree with it, but not much. It's hard to think of a single thing that looked bad. The phenomenal one even managed to save it before the landing. The order of eliminations seemed a little strange, but the ending was exactly what a lot of people predicted. McIntyre winning and retaining his WWE Championship was the best decision. That was a great decision by WWE. I will give them credit for that. The Smackdown chamber, however, to me was as good as the Raw chamber. I don't think the Raw chamber was that good to me. I don't think it was. Now, the post-match attack by Lashley looked like it was going to set up McIntyre's next feud, but it instead led to Miz cashing in. I really hate the Miz. I don't like the Miz. He is not going to be a great heel. I think he is fucking terrible. He sucks. Nobody in the IWC community likes the Miz at all. Nobody even cares about the Miz. I don't even give a shit about the Miz. Nobody. Not even my good old friends, my good old followers on Twitter, Bonafide Heat, or the A-lists. Nobody in the community gives a shit about the Miz. Nobody likes the Miz. He's annoying, he sucks, he's a fucking crybaby. And he's sometimes asking for opportunities. He's not a good wrestler. He's not a good promo cutter. I'll tell you that much. He's just like Baron Corbin. He's just like Baron Corbin, Nia Jax. It's just like those individuals. But anyways, only 2 matches stole the show. The pay-per-view was complete garbage. It was terrible. There was some right decisions and wrong decisions on this pay-per-view, but the pay-per-view itself was still bad. It was still terrible. It sucked really, really bad. This is a terrible start to a WrestleMania season. Definitely a terrible start, folks. Well, it's going to be the end of your February the 22nd, 2021 WWE Elimination Chamber 2021 review. If you enjoyed this review, man, hit that thumbs up, please. It always helps me, my channel, the videos, and the live streams. So hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. I am getting on out of here. I hope everybody has a safe Monday. I also have a few announcements before we get on out of here. And if anybody wants to comment on the chat, feel free to do so now before I get out. Alright, so this afternoon I'm gonna be streaming back on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Obviously, I took a break from that game yesterday. It's because, it's been idiots. There's idiots on the game. And some of the players I played with, they suck. Some of the teams suck. I'm getting tired of being thrown on teams losing. So I stayed off of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War yesterday. Took a break from it. I decided to watch the Elimination Chamber instead. So, if you have any questions on, on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, if you have any questions about wrestling, if it's wrestling related, if you have any questions about wrestling or anime, please feel free to message me the question on Twitter, or feel free to comment on one of my reviews. Comment the question on one of my reviews or one of my England Wrestling News videos. Either way, doesn't matter. But not only am I going to be streaming on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on YouTube, not only am I going to be streaming that game on YouTube, my Monday Night Raw review is also going to be live this Monday night as well. NXT review, of course, is going to be live this Wednesday night. Friday night Smackdown reviews going to be live this Friday night, as always. So, make sure you have on those notifications so you won't miss none of my NXT, Raw, and Smackdown reviews. They go live every week. Also, so you won't ever miss my NXT UK review that I'll be going live with. My NXT UK review. That will be live this Thursday afternoon. And also, I'm thinking about doing an AEW review this week. I don't know. Now, my question to you all is, should I do an AEW Dark review? Please. I would love for somebody to answer that one, because nobody seems to answer that question. So, I got much more content coming to the channel this week, so have on those notifications, and hit that subscribe button if you're new, and please, again, hit that like button on this review. I want to see how many likes and dislikes I get. I really feel like I did okay on this review, but peace, folks. I'm getting out of here. See you later. You'll hear from me on my Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War stream. Peace!